Welcome to Baseline Thoughts, the podcast where we take a deep dive into all things basketball. We explore the ins and outs of the sport we all love. Grab your headphones and get ready to talk hoops with Baseline Thoughts. Welcome to Baseline Thoughts. I'm your host, Marcus Bullock, joined as always by producer Jason Brice. Jay, how we doing today?
Hey, listen, I'm okay. It's a little early, but it's good.
I hear
it's
that.
all good.
I definitely hear that. We got a nice show lined up here right now. I'm really excited about this guest. For those of you in the area, South Jersey area, you know him very well from his time in high school in South Jersey, and now he's actually back in South Jersey. But we're going to get to that in a little bit. This individual played 3 years at Lindenwold High School, played his final year, graduated from Eastern Regional High School in 2021. He scored 1,939 points in high school, and that's with a COVID year in there, which we're going to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, Tazir Cantey. Tazir, how you doing?
How you doing? I just want to say thank you for having me. Absolutely.
Thanks for coming in and getting a little here into some of your past and kind of shaped where you are today. Let's talk. I got to tell this story to start things off. Let's go back to your sophomore year at Lindenwold.
Okay.
What year was that, if you don't mind me asking?
Sophomore year, 2018, 2019.
Not that year yet. We're not.
Okay.
I promise. Well, actually, no. I guess it does kind of have something to do with your team.
I know what you're trying to say.
So
no shots though. That's not a problem.
I was trying to say.
So it's the final regular season game, okay, of the season, and in the playoffs that year, you were going to be playing a Penns Grove team that was very talented. Okay. And I think, if you remember back, your sophomore year team wasn't the greatest.
No. Record
wise. You guys had some talent, but it didn't come together record wise. And I think beating Penns Grove was kind of not really in the cards for you. And they had some very good guards. And I think what I'm about to say wasn't going to happen in that game. So your assistant coach, Fred Batty, who's a big friend of the show, at the time, he's now head coach at Cherry Hill West, was the assistant coach at Lindenwold, came up to you before the game and said, man, Tazir, you're 55 points. It's a shame you're not going to get 1,000 this year. We got to wait all the way till next year. And he said, your response was, how many do I need? And he said 55. And you said, I'll just get it tonight. Can you verify this story?
Yeah, that was true. So I'll go all the way back to when I was in a classroom of my fashion design class. Like, I remember this day like it was yesterday. And I'm just sitting down and everyone's like, yo, how many points do you need? I'm like, I don't know. I'm really rushing them off. So in my head, I'm like, I'm going to try to get it. I don't want to really tell nobody because if I don't get it, you get what I'm saying? Right. So I wrote something in my phone like, today I will get my 1,000.
Okay.
Like before the game, and nobody thought I was going to get it. Like, I had no balloons. I had no cake.
Nobody was on deck.
Nah, it was no ball. It was like, you just get it next year. So,
wow.
So before the game began in the locker room, I'm locked in, and Coach Fred says that. I'm like, nah, I'll just get it tonight. And he kind of looked at me like, so I'm like, all right. And the first couple of shots of the game wasn't going in. So I was like, And I think I hit a 3, a layup, and it was from there.
Now, wow.
And I got 55. We had like 3 minutes left too.
Okay, that was going to be one of my questions. So because you finished with 55 that game.
Yep.
So when you got the 55, you came out?
I wanted to stay in, but our AD told the coach to take me out.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, the game was it was a 30-point game. So
I was tired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Getting 55, right? There's probably a good amount of games in high school that teams don't score 55. And to be honest with you, that game, Maple Shade had 61 points. You had 55. What gave you that thought process that you could do that?
It was unbelievable. I had to thank God but I believe in myself. And that whole summer, I worked with my dad all summer. So I believed if I put my mind to it, I would get it. Like once I put my mind to it, I knew I was getting it. I had 20. I think I was halfway at halftime. I was like, "Yo, how many I got?" Coach Fred told me. I was like, "Yeah, it's cool. We got in the bag." I should have told my dad for me at halftime. But he told me something funny. He told me, "No, it's okay. You'll have all that for your 2,000 points."
Right.
We'll get to that. So definitely get to that.
That's what's up.
So let's. How's your summer been? What's been going on? Training wise, what have you been doing?
All right. Well, I've been training with Chill, getting shots up. I implemented yoga in my daily routine. I was boxing in the beginning of the summer, but I feel like yoga is really gonna help me take the next step because with me, I feel like it's my body. Everything about me is just like staying healthy and feeling good. If I feel good, I feel like I could be one of the best players around.
Cool. Boxing. So I love that you implemented that. What was that like? Did you stay with it or did you try it one time?
Nah.
And then
so last summer I stayed with it all summer. Went to school, dropped out. Came back this summer, was with it. But boxing was really conditioning is crazy.
It's like a total workout, you know what I'm saying? The feet work and all that. You know what I'm saying?
It's like conditioning is the next level. If you can box 3 rounds, you're in great shape for basketball.
Absolutely.
So
okay.
That's one thing I recommend. That and swimming.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
So this summer you were also in the transfer portal.
Right.
You found a new home, which we'll get into. What was, and you don't have to. We're also going to get into why you decided. But what your time in the transfer portal? How was that? Was it stressful? You're a very laid back guy. You don't show a lot of emotion. We had some conversations about it and what was going on. You never really seemed fazed by anything. But what was going on, and were you comfortable with what was happening, or were you kind of stressed?
I would definitely say stressed. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say I was comfortable. It was definitely stressful because I wanted just to find a home and just chill out. And my whole summer was all about trying to find a school, the right school. And the biggest thing with me is I didn't want to go to another school, or I didn't want to go to a school where I didn't fit in and waste my junior year of college. So we'll talk about why I chose the school I did. Which is wrong.
Yeah, we can get into that. So what made you Tazir will be at Rowan University this year.
Yep.
What made you choose Rowan? There's a lot of a million schools out there. What about Rowan kind of grabbed you and made you feel like that was the right fit?
Honestly, the coaches. Like, I was on vacation in Florida, and they called me. The one Coach Brice called me, and he was like, "Hey, we really want you." Boom, boom. I came back. We went to lunch, and they hit home. So, Coach showed me around campus, and I really like everything he was saying. So, definitely the coaches. And Rowan's a great school. Like the environment, the basketball program is good, and they care about sports there. So, yeah.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think it's a good fit for you, and definitely expecting some big things from you this season. All right, now let's go back to high school. Your junior year at Lindenwold. Now we talked about your sophomore year. You scored. You finished with over 1,000 points. Your junior year, you scored somewhere around 600 points, somewhere in there. Now your junior year, late in the season, you get injured.
All right.
Take me through that. What was the injury? How did it happen? When in the season exactly was it?
So my junior year, I was leading the state in scoring with 28 points per game. And every game was a dogfight. I was getting double team, boxing one. So last game of the season versus Pennsauken. Last game of the season versus Pennsauken, the first 2 minutes of the game, when he goes up for a layup, I try to block it, come down on my ankle. Ankle pop, dislocated, screaming on the ground because I knew it was over. I felt the pop. And from there, went to the hospital. I'm like, why? Feel me again, why me? And that situation, that time in my life was the lowest I was ever at. Because you from top of the world until you can't really play. So that was a very hard time in my life.
So that season was a successful season for Lindenwold. I believe you guys were 17-10, somewhere like that. You guys were having a very good season. Now
20-10. We can't. 21 season.
Okay, thank you.
21 season.
I appreciate that. Yeah, don't let me shortchange. So now it's playoff time.
Yep.
Okay. Like you said, you heard something pop. You felt like the season was over. I believe you guys, without you, I believe they win 2 playoff games.
No, we won the championship.
No, I mean without you completely. I think you won. Was it 2 games to get to the championship, or 3 games to get to the championship? It might have been 3
because the first game was Woodbury. Second game I think was Pittman.
I think you played Gloucester.
Oh yeah, okay. First was Woodbury. Second was Gloucester. I think our third was Pittman. Or switch that around.
Yep. So. All right. So now you guys are in the championship, and you are playing a tough Penns Grove team. And for those of you that don't know, our producer here, Jason Brice, is a counselor at Penns Grove, part of the coaching staff at Penns Grove. So this is, I bring this up more than anything so I can hear this conversation between the two of you. You decide that you're going to try to play this game.
Yes.
Take me through that. Take me through how it went. Yeah.
So I'll start from the beginning. So doctor said I couldn't play.
Yeah.
So I'm going. Me and my dad was adamant to find like a way to play. So we're going to ice therapy. We getting the ankle. We trying wraps to get the swelling down, and so it was maybe like 2 weeks into the championship. It did get a little better. So going into that Penns Grove game, I want to thank Mr. T because he really did a lot. He was doing effleurage massage to get the swelling out, where you like kind of like. To get the swelling out, and it got better. And like 2 days before the championship, I started going to LA Fitness in the morning and shooting again. And I'm like, it's a hard limp, but I can shoot. I can shoot. It's a hard limp. So we finding ways. We got a new shoe. We finding ways, ankle braces. So I think I had tape right before the game, tape, and I had an ankle brace. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So we go to Penns Grove. Long drive, championship.
Monday night.
Was it Monday night?
Monday night.
Oh my. So we go to Penns Grove and we get there and it's something I've never seen before. The environment was just, I'm be honest, it's something I wasn't ready for at that time, especially being hurt. So I'm in the layup lines and they talking about, they can see the limp. The crowd can see the limp. So they're like, yo, he hurt. We good. So I'm like, oh, cool. I think Kevon's brother was like, or somebody in that circle was like, no, kick his ankle. Before his ankle. I'm like, So game starts. Playing. I think I played 2 minutes. I gave a wave to coach like, coach, you can't do it. I couldn't go. I tried. I took ibuprofen. I couldn't go at all. And that had to be the hardest pill I ever had to swallow. Seeing my team out there without me.
Yeah. I remember, because that game I was announcing, and I know the whole thing was we had heard probably like a week prior. Because when you hit your ankle, you messed that up right at the last game, right?
Yes, last game.
Right. So then everybody was like, yo, yeah, he's hurt. So once everybody knew you was hurt, I'll be honest with you, everybody felt a little better. Because you have a problem. I mean, that's clear. You know what I'm saying? Your man was good too, though, Eric. Right. So he was tough, but that was too much of a load for him to carry. You know what I mean? And I think that you did have it, but I just remember you limping on that right sideline. That's when I think back to it. That's what I remember, you limping on that right sideline. And our fans in Penns Grove, the course, like the baseline right here, the stands right here. So we talking to you constantly. And
y'all had the little pest following me around. Nas.
Oh yeah, right. Nasir, Hollywood. Yep. Right. You know what I mean? So it was constantly following you, shadow you. It didn't matter whether you was hurt. Yeah. We was still all right. So, but I think it was just a valiant effort though. Like the fact that you even got back out there and to try to do it. I thought that was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just kudos to you. Let me ask you a quick question. Where are you from?
I'm from Lindenwold.
You're originally from Lindenwold?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I don't know. You carry yourself. I like the confidence in you. It reminds me of you remind me like you from New York or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
He's from South Jersey.
oh, okay, all right.
I wrote Lindenwold too because he did a lot for me. And without Lindenwold, I wouldn't be who I am.
Got you. So. I got you. That's what's up.
All right, now let's move forward from there. Now that was also the COVID year when COVID was that Penns Grove's last game?
No.
Let me ask you a question. I'm healthy. Does the game go different?
It's more. I think it's more of a contest.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think we learned. I don't know. I'm not trying to throw no shade at Lindenwold. No. I know we won by like 20 plus, if I'm not mistaken. And it got out of hand towards the second half. I think the first half it was a little close, and we were up like 11, 12. But the third quarter, that's when you saw the separation. If you're healthy though, it's more of a contest.
I feel like y'all had the better team, but in order for us to win, I think I would have had to play a great game.
Eric had to play,
and rebounds, and not and turnovers. But I think y'all did have a better team that year.
Yeah, we were cooking. We should have, because it was like a long time coming. It's almost like the Sixers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we owe you one. Like, we should have had it the previous year, but we lost it to Clayton.
Clayton when he played the up and down.
When they played my man was hitting from 40. Yeah, he for real. I mean, it was like the Phoenix Suns. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. You know, I mean, yeah, that was just us. Kavon was in his bag that year. You know, Dada, which you'll be playing at Stockton, and you know what I'm saying, because you go to Stockton or whatever. So, yeah, I think we had I think we had it, but it was definitely, like I said, I'm a big fan of you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a big fan of yours because you get to it and you get after it. So I admire that. But that game was, if I'm not mistaken, that game was March 2nd.
I think it was
March 2nd, right? Because I know I was pissed at my baby moms because she dropped because Jay had just had chemo treatment and she dropped him off to me. So he's sitting there at the scores table with me watching the game. But I will show you a picture. Yo, he's just not feeling well. So I'm like, why you bring him here? You know what I'm saying? So, but that was like March 2nd though. I remember that like yesterday.
So that season ends. COVID. I know there were no state champions that year or anything like that. You decide to transfer to Eastern after that year. What kind of not really even knowing what the season would look like with COVID. You make that decision. What went into that? What was your reasoning for that? And I'll be honest, I know for the years before that, every year it was Tazir's transferring, he's leaving Lindenwold, so that was always kind of like a rumor out there. So what kind of made you do that? And
to be honest, I was tired of hearing that I could only do something in Group 1. Mm-hmm. So that was very big. I wanted
show and prove.
I wanted, I wouldn't say a better situation, but I wanted to play better teams. And I wanted to, deep down, I really wanted to prove to everybody that I could play in the Olympic Conference, which is quote unquote one of the strongest conferences in South Jersey. So, and I feel like when I went there, I did prove myself. Mm-hmm. First team all conference. But that year we'll talk about. Yeah.
So that year, do you remember how many games you played?
I think it was 8 or 9.
Okay, you played 10 games.
Okay.
All right. You scored 272 points in 10 games.
So what was that, like 25?
27 points a game. So I definitely think you proved yourself that you could play at that level. And for those of you that don't really know much about Eastern is a very systematic team. Yes. They run a lot of plays. They run plays for who they want to score the ball. So if it's not your play, you're not going to score, right. Unless you kind of take things into your own hands. And they've been successful that way. So that's no knock or anything like that. My point more being for you to be able to come in and put up those numbers at a school like that is very impressive. How did that season go for you? Did you have any regrets on the transfer? I know the COVID thing was crazy in itself, but going through the COVID situation at a new school, how was that adjustment?
First, let me start with this. Do y'all know how I end up not playing 15 games?
I do. I would love to hear your side of it.
No, see, I don't know.
So the team played 15 games that year.
Games.
Tazir played 10 games.
And
did you get me? Hold up.
I remember.
I don't remember.
I remember this day like it's yesterday.
All right, so yeah, well, yeah.
So
and it was the first 5 games you missed, right?
yes.
Yes.
So I'm in the training room getting rehab. Nothing for me. Nothing of. I'm on my bed, laying down. I get a call from Eastern Regional High School and said, Tazir Cantey, you came in close contact with someone at Eastern Regional High School who had COVID. I'm like, what? With that instantly, I think I instantly called Art. I was like, yo. It was like, yo, you can't play 5 games. You gotta sit 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? It was 3 players. Me, Noah Payne, and Miles. And we always in the trainer's room, and the trainer ended up getting COVID. They didn't tell us who.
Oh, wow.
But that ended up coming out, and I was just
wow.
Crazy. It was crazy from there, but I was trying to get them to push the games back. Like, yo, push the games back.
Yeah.
But what was the question? Original question?
So did you have any, how was the adjustment from regrets or how was the adjustment with the new school during COVID? How did that all go for you?
I really didn't get the full Eastern experience because it was online.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have got that going to a bigger school, meeting more people, but I would say I don't have any regrets because it was the COVID season. Right. The only regret I have, if we had a full season and me leaving my best friends, that's the only regret I have. But they understood. I had a conversation with each one of them, like, it's for the better of myself, and they all understood. I only have that regret because if it was a full season, I feel like that was a state championship team, that group one year, because we had everyone returning. So that we lost in the championship team. Mm-hmm. So it would have been, I think, us and Brotherton. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, we were celebrating when, because I think I specifically remember Dante Howard came to me and was like, yeah, yo, listen, the man you like, yo, he gonna be at Eastern. I said, what are you talking about? He was like, yo, Tazir Cantey. And it was like, it was like big news. Mm-hmm. Like it was like a Twitter, like breaking news, like Tazir Cantey, South Jersey's leading scorer, blah, 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 is going to Eastern. We was like, what? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm like, that's what's up. 4 East, stand up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But one of the things I remember about that season when you played with Easton and Crawford and them is the Camden game. So we was watching that. I was watching it online or whatever. And I just love the fact that you was going at him. You know what I'm saying? The fact like you didn't care. You know what I'm saying? You was like, yo, listen, I'm playing ball like you playing ball, so I'm gonna do me. And I think you had did you have 30 that game? Or you had?
It was 20-something.
20-something, okay, all right. But y'all was like, it wasn't y'all lost by, I think, a bunch. But that there was a moment.
It was. I think we led, this sounds crazy, but we led in the first quarter.
Right.
That's big against him.
That's big against him. Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it was competitive in the third quarter. I'm talking about a 9-10, you know what I'm saying, swing or whatever. And you started cooking a little bit, you know what I mean? So I just remember that, watching online because, you couldn't have no fans there or whatever, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I was happy you came, you know what I'm saying?
I wish we had a full season that year, though.
Yeah.
Wish we had a full season.
Yeah.
So with that, season ends. It's a strange season. Now it's time to think about college. What was your recruiting like? You like I said, you scored 1,900 points, and so really, if you have those 5 games back that you missed because of COVID, you're a 2,000 point scorer, which is crazy.
And I feel like we have the 26 games that we have. What is that? 24.
Yep.
2,400. But I got past that part of caring about the 2,000. I feel like my dad cares more than me now.
For sure.
Because no one remembers. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It still hits me, but I still don't hold it. But
I do have to bring up one thing. We've talked about this before. Mm-hmm. Eastern High School has on their wall, Tazir Cantey.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
1,939 points, which makes him the second leading scorer
in Eastern history. Right under Mike Edwards, right?
Right under Mike Edwards.
Oh, yeah, 28.
I have a problem with that.
Why?
Because you scored 272 points at Eastern. It's not your fault. It's not your problem.
It's the rules.
I want to see.
It's not your problem.
Yeah, I know. I want to see my name on the summerboard. The Lindenwold didn't put my name up.
That's where I have the problem.
So
because that's ridiculous.
They said they're still going to do it, but
your name should definitely be all over Lindenwold High School. You made Lindenwold High School relevant, and they've been able to stay pretty relevant in some seasons. I think off the back of what you were able to bring to that school.
Right.
So I don't know if it's so much a knock on Eastern or a knock on Lindenwold, but I think
it's the rules. This is the rules. It's like even when we got Jalen Newton. No, I'm sorry, not Jalen Newton. Juwan Roan. He scored most of his points at Woodstown. But when he came here his senior year, we got it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
so you just inherit the points.
Yeah, inherit the points. But he's from Pennsgrove too, so it was all love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you inherited it. It's just one of them rules like that. You know what I mean?
I got you. All right, so back to recruiting. Now we're in COVID. COVID's a big thing. All of the college athletes are now getting another year. So that means that nobody's leaving any schools, and there's still high school players that are trying to get scholarships to get into these schools. What was your recruiting like? How did that affect your recruiting? Was anybody on the radar? What was going on there?
So my junior year, when I was leading staying in scoring, my recruiting was popping. I can't even remember all the schools, but I had a couple D1s. To name a few, UMass Lowell, Ryder. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say Columbia. Was it Columbia? I think Columbia came to a game.
That's what's up.
My recruitment was popping. Going into my senior year, going into my senior year, I played summer league or fall league with Lindenwold though, or summer league, and that's when I got an offer from. No, that summer prior, I got an offer. I went to Open Run, got an offer from Lincoln. Boom. Mm. Was it August? I got a summer league offer from Goldie Beacon. Okay. Next summer league game offer from Bloomfield, and then that was that. Oh, then an offer from UDC. So I had all the CAC schools, UDC. But after my senior year, when I got that year back, D1 schools, they were playing. Everything just went downhill, and it was just like. COVID took the biggest. I feel like COVID took the biggest hit on me because I feel like without COVID, I would be somewhere else. Yeah, but
and I'm sorry. And it's the inner. My profession's a counselor. I'm sorry. Right. So when I hear you say like, I feel like I think that you are in the place you're supposed to be, and I think that you're being set up for something great. That's just my opinion. So like the further, if you think about a slingshot, right? What makes the sling or the rock go far? Right. The further you pull it back. Mm-hmm. So you don't look at that. Don't look at it like, I feel like I would have been. No, you're where you going to be because you're preparing yourself for when that moment comes. It's going to be there for you. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want, if I could change that talk a little bit, because, you know what I'm saying, you're better than what you were. You know what I'm saying? It's just not what we anticipated or you would anticipate it, but we don't get to determine our ascend to greatness. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to take your time with it, bro. Absolutely. All right.
So what did you end up doing after that?
So I ended up going to a prep school. I chose a prep school in New York, which was probably the worst decision of my life.
Wait, where was it?
It was in New York.
What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
Okay. You had fun, though.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? You had fun. Like,
it was popular.
Exactly. So I just want to be clear.
I'm just saying from the schools.
I got you.
It was just, we got lied to, and it was just something that really wasn't.
Okay.
It was definitely fun out there.
Right.
Experience. But so I left that prep school, went to Olympus, and then from Olympus, that's where I got the Holy Family offer her. And I went to Holy Family, took a visit, committed to Holy Family. It was like I went to Course Said, and that's where our Holy Family journey started.
Were there any other schools that it could have been other than Holy Family? Or was that when you made that, you knew that was the spot to be?
A couple D3s. I know it's a couple D2s, but I can't think off the top of my head. I'm trying to think. Holy Family. think Lincoln too.
Okay.
Let me ask you real quick. When you went to, I guess you left New York and you went to Olympus. What campus did you go to? Did you go to
Pennsboro one?
Oh, you did. Oh, you did come down there. Oh, you were staying out there?
No, I was.
You was commuting.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay, all right.
So you go to Holy Family. First year as a freshman, you're getting good minutes. You play 19 games. You're averaging 8 points a game, and then you get injured. What was that injury, and how did that set you back?
There's another unfortunate injury for me, but like you said, everything happens for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, started off freshman year slow because I came in with a groin injury, so I missed the preseason. Was out of shape. Took me a while to get in shape. Took me a while for Chris to start trusting me, but he started trusting me, and I started picking it up. One game he started me, which was Jefferson, which was
okay. That's still you, right?
Yeah, best team in our conference.
Right.
I think I had 16 led in scoring, and we won.
Okay.
That's the game I tore my meniscus.
Oh wow.
Didn't know when it happened. Everything was fine. We celebrated in the locker room. Next morning I wake up, I'm limping. I'm like, let's just ice it. I slept on it for a few days until I'm like, nah, I gotta get this checked out. That came along, ended up having a torn meniscus. Kind of went in that depressed stage again.
Yeah, sure, I'm sure.
Why me? Depressed.
Yeah.
But my head was high. I had support.
Yeah.
And got back to work.
Right.
But it was a journey getting back though.
Yeah.
It was a journey getting back.
I think sometimes we have these tests to see, how bad you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how bad does this thing mean to you? And sometimes we go through these pitfalls, but, they can be really deflating at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure you know what I'm saying? So did that make you done for the rest of the year, or were you able to have some resolve and then come back?
I was done for the rest of the year.
Wow.
I was done for the rest of the year, yep. And this is how it happened, actually. I tore my meniscus. I think we played Brice in this game, and coach was like, yo, can you go? I'm like, nah, I can't go.
Right.
And this is before I knew I torn it. I'm like, nah, I was kind of nervous. I just started starting. Right. So I'm like, I can't go. And I felt like upset with myself. Like, I feel like I'm letting the team down.
Right.
But for any athlete out there, it's a business. So if you're hurt, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Teams first, but your body is important. Like, your body's your temple.
So was that the first time? And that's my last question. My part, coach.
Good.
Was this the first time that you realized that? Because when you mentioned that it's a business, that means that they're looking at you as a commodity. So was that the first time that you felt like
100%?
Okay.
I had some signs here and there, but as we're there, and it's a job. We're there to help you keep your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how, and every athlete should know that going into college. You're not performing, they get somebody else.
Right.
So
absolutely. Right. So your second year, you're back. You had, I thought you had a very good summer. You seemed like you were healthy. Mm-hmm. I mean, you still weren't jumping the way you were able to jump before.
I could jump,
and I tell you that all the time. But you were moving well. You were definitely in shape. Looking forward to big things that your second year. You play all 26 games your second year. You average right around 11 points per game. Team wins and losses probably wasn't where you guys wanted them to be. Take me through that year. How did you feel things went for you personally as well as the team?
Starting with that summer, I feel like that might have been my best summer I had in a while. I came in shape. Was in the gym every day, shots, came in shape, and when the season started, I was confident. I was confident with my work. Mm-hmm. First game of the season, I had 20 points. We won. Did we win that game?
20 points, and what was it? You took 1-3, I believe?
1-3, and I made the 1-3.
Because I told you about that.
Yeah, he texted me like, yo, 1-3 is unacceptable.
Right.
And I'm like, it is unacceptable. And the second game, I had 18, but we lost the AIC team. But I feel like I was getting my groove.
Right.
Third game, we played Staten Island, 16. And I think the next game I had 8. And then just from there, I feel like my head was just getting messed with. So I was up and down with confidence, and my confidence never took. But it is a fine line of always thinking I can't be wrong. Like I gotta do this. I gotta do that, just not to come out the game, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you're an athlete, you shouldn't think like that. Play, you're gonna come out regardless.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So, and I'll take you back to a conversation we had right around that stretch. You were scoring, and when your scoring kind of started to fall off, you told me that the coach kind of came to you and said, I need you to get everybody else more involved.
Right.
Still get yours, but also get everybody else more involved. And as a player, when somebody tells you to get other people involved, you kind of take that to heart. Like, what, you think I'm being selfish? You think, like, what do you think? So now, as a player, I'm sure you're in your head and you're thinking, all right, should I pass this or should I be looking to score? And now I think that's the second guessing you're talking about is and it's tough to play that way. And I'm not, this is no knock on the coach or anything like that. I'm sure he wasn't trying to have you thinking like that. He obviously thought he was doing what was best for the team at the time. But as a player, I know that's hard to play when you're constantly thinking about, what am I supposed to be doing? What's my role? Am I taking the shots I'm supposed to? Am I getting the other people involved? And I think that's one of a point that a lot of players are struggling with right now is the next level, mostly meaning high school to college. What is your role? Like, who are you going to be? Now, Tazir is a kid who can score whenever he feels like scoring. I don't care who's in front of him, and I've seen him do it.
Professional scorer.
Professional scorer in many different ways. But at the same time, he's a basketball player. And he's a kid who wants to win. Right. So, we'll be doing drills or whatever, and he's constantly wants to know the score, because he just cares about winning. He doesn't care how he wins, anything like that. So as a coach, he's always going to do what's best for the team if that's what he feels is going to, help the team win. So I can understand where you were coming from with because I know you thought you were doing what was best for the team, which in my opinion you were, because you guys were, mostly winning, and then it kind of turned from there. Yep. So
let me ask real quick. So he had you at the lead guard?
I was the point guard. So
okay.
I feel like we had a small team. We had two under, we was like 6'1", 1 and 2, and then our 3 and 4 wasn't they could shoot.
Yeah, I got you.
But we weren't the most athletic, and that's where I think we were wrong.
Okay.
So
okay.
But I feel like the biggest problem, this is where I feel like you got to find a home that fits for you. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank Holy Family for giving me an opportunity, but Absolutely. I just feel like it wasn't a home for me because in high school, I was always told to score, boom, boom, boom. Right. Which I think I could have went a different path if I would have learned earlier how to be a pure point guard. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I wish I went back and learned, but I feel like
I'm sorry. I mean, you know how to pass the ball to open teammates. You know how to run assists. So listen, one experience, and there's no disrespect to Holy Family or whatever, but if you take it like that, whatever. But listen, just because somebody view you a certain way and put you in a box, that don't mean they right. Right. That don't mean that you don't know. I mean, I can't tell you. I'm coach. I know you the same way. How many times people have told me, "Oh, well, you're not this, you're not this, that, or you're not professional, whatever." Okay, that's your opinion. Right. That's the box you put me in. But now that should just be more fuel to the fire. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Right. You're a pure basketball player. So don't say I wish I was a pure point guard. No, you know how to do it. You know how to distribute it. And if you can't get yours, you gonna swing that rock, right? Yeah, so then I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to change the conversation in your mind. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to, and I try to use this phrase all the time is you play the right way. And a lot of times, and I think where people get it mixed up is we talk about how you're a professional scorer. So at times, me taking this shot that might be a little contested is better than somebody else taking an open shot. Right. And that's life. Basketball is not a fair sport. Like, it's not everybody gets a turn. It's everybody needs to do what they do best. And I think you take that approach. So I don't want you to overthink the point guard position or anything like that. Just be a basketball player and keep playing the game the right way.
And it's crazy because I can really pass. And I feel like my first couple weeks at Holy Family, they were surprised with my passing. And that's one thing people they have the wrong perception on me when they oh, I didn't know you could pass. Because at Lindenwold, I was a good passer at Lindenwold. I passed the ball. I had people around me. I had big men.
But your team needed you to score more at
100%,
Lindenwold.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So then you go to Easton, and not disrespect to him or whatever, but they kind of put shackles on you a little bit, like so you don't have the freedom. It's very systematic. 100%. You know what I'm saying? So, but then you adapted and you did well in that. Yep. So. Yeah, I don't, sometimes it just don't, it just don't work, and that's just one of them things, man, you know what I mean?
I agree.
So now you obviously you enter the transfer portal for all the reasons I'm sure we just spoke about. Mm-hmm. And I guess you didn't get the level of offers and things that you probably were expecting or wanted. So you decide to go to Rowan, like we talked about earlier. A lot of people wouldn't have been able to make that move because it's a down, you're moving down a level. What were your thoughts with that? And how did you, I guess, overcome that stigma of this is a negative thing?
It actually took me a while, to overcome it, though. Because I was kind of like, hey, you get what I'm saying? But you got to think about it. You got to do what's best for you. Like, do I want to take a shot at another Division II school and not have the best experience for these last? I only have 2 years left. Right. Because at Holy Family, it was bigger than basketball. I didn't like it there. Yeah. It was like depressed, miserable. I just didn't like it there. Wow. So it was the right word to say about Holy Family. It was just a negative environment. So coming to Rowan, it just how can I say this?
It's probably like a breath of fresh air.
Exactly. As soon as it was like, it's over. Right. It's over. And I'm less stressed now. Mm-hmm. I feel like this year I'm going to be able to play with more freedom and not a lot of stress. But the stigma around it, I feel like you just got to, and people say about the NJAC, it's one of the best Division III conference in the world.
Country, for sure. So what, and we've talked about this a little bit before, what, you talked about the coaching staff and how that, made you feel comfortable. Obviously the campus, I'm sure was the same way. You felt good there. Do you know any of your teammates ahead of time? Did that play any role in you choosing Rowan?
I knew basically everybody, but I didn't know them as friends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew they had a good supporting cast coming back, which was very important because at the end of the day, I feel like winning is the most important thing. It comes first. So I wasn't just going to a school where I want to score 30 points and the team's horrible. Right. And I feel like I'm a good enough basketball player to surround myself around better and good basketball players where I can still stand out. So I'm not that type of player. Oh, he's there. I don't care who comes in. I'm fighting for a spot, and I believe in my talent. So absolutely. I'm not that type of player to be like, oh, he's there. I don't want him to come in. That's how people think. Sure. I don't want him to come in. Oh, he's going to take my time. At Division I schools, people come in every day. They're nice. So that's how I think about it. But that was a big thing, having a supporting cast. They win. So that was the most important thing.
So what are your goals individually for this season as well as a team?
So I want to first team all conference. I'm going to keep the stats away because I feel like winning is the most important thing. But I was in my coach's office yesterday and he was like, it was a plaque with Tazir's name on it. And it was his All-American plaque. He was like, yo, we need to get you one of those. So before he said that, that's one of my goals, to be an All-American at my time at Rowan. All-American. Team goals is to win an NJAC championship first and to eventually win a national championship. So going big, going for the big.
Yeah, why not? Shoot for the moon, land the star. Well, no, shoot for the stars, land the moon, or something like that.
Shoot for the moon, land.
All right, yeah. Yo, English was my thing, bro. Science, it sounded good, though. You know what I mean?
All right, we're winding down here. A couple quick hitters for you. All right. What is your go-to pregame meal?
I don't have one.
Okay.
I eat anything.
Whatever it is. Gotcha. Do you have any players you model your game after?
No, but I would say I've been trying to model my game after recently. I love Jalen Brunson's game, trying to play off 2 feet. Yeah. And because I'm not the fastest. Right. So even I try to play like him, watch his film. I also try to watch Shea. Just his change of pace, trying to get his change of pace in my game, and I ain't gonna pick nobody. I'm not like Kevin. I'm not 6'10", or
for sure.
I'm not Curry shooting lights out, but I would say Shea and Jalen Brunson.
That's cool. Those are good ones. What are you listening to either pregame or while you're working out right now?
Come on, if you know me, you know what I'm listening to. Raw Wave. I'm listening to Raw Wave, and listen. He's not a sad rapper. Everybody's sad. You got to listen to what he says. He puts you in that mood. So I'm listening to Raw Wave, Meek Mill.
You still listening to me? Okay. No, I just want no. There's no shade. No, bro. I'm just asking.
Meek got going is
yeah, it's all good.
His music is totally. I don't get into that.
So you separate the man from the
100%.
music. So that means y'all still got R. Kelly banging in the crib sometimes.
Nah, R. Kelly got some hits.
Oh, he do.
Lie, say he don't.
He do.
But I don't listen to R. Kelly.
Oh, okay.
But Meek, that's two different things.
It is.
But I don't get into all that.
It's all good.
And I don't really believe in it.
True, I don't either. Yeah, I got you. I got a question though. You know, I gotta ask the question though. Hey, you have a favorite football team, Tazir?
I do.
Who is it?
Who you think?
Well, I'm gonna say.
Wait, you a Giants fan?
I am.
I'm Eagles fan.
Well, yeah, I could tell by you when you said, you know what I'm saying, that you're an Eagles fan. Let me ask you a question. Who is the greatest quarterback in Eagle history?
That's a good question because my NFL history is bland.
Well, in your lifetime.
In my lifetime, Mike Vick.
That's the second person that said that. Wow. That I will say that you are emphatically wrong.
Who's the
Nicky Foles.
He's emphatically wrong too, so don't worry about it.
Wait, you think Nick? I mean, he got us a Super Bowl, so I can. But that's crazy. No, it's crazy to say that.
But that's crazy to say.
That's
You say we're here. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
That's very crazy to say though.
He got the job done, right?
He's not the greatest.
He got the job done. Did you celebrate? Were you happy?
I was.
Did you miss school that day?
Yes,
they closed, right?
Went to the parade. Absolutely.
That's my question. That's it.
Carson Wentz that was Carson Wentz's job too, man. Don't do that.
He pushed that button. Oh my God.
Carson Wentz got us there.
Who had that? Oh yeah, that's right. Yo, who had more of a challenge? Carson Wentz or Nicky Foles?
Nick Foles.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. It's all good.
I get where you're coming from, but I don't agree with that.
I know it's hard. You know what I mean? Yo, listen, I like your resolve. I just want to make this one little comment. Yo, I like this resolve. And one of the things, you said you mentioned you're doing yoga, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't really understand yoga like that. I know it's like body movements and meditation mind, right?
Right.
So this is my advice to you. Yo, just keep your confidence high. Don't let your confidence wane. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, don't. The team needs your confidence high at all times. Right. Even if other people are coming at you negatively, you have to do that.
100%. Okay? And that's the point of life I am. Like, nobody's going to take my confidence.
Exactly.
I work too hard for it.
Exactly.
All right, so this one's might be a little tough for you. You're going to have to think on this one. You plus 4 of your teammates from any of your time playing basketball to go play a game against another team. So that could be your college teammates, high school teammates, AAU teammates, no pickup or anything like that. You plus 4.
Like including AAU and everything.
Including AAU. So it has to be on your team, not Johnny that just showed up for one AAU tournament. I mean guys that were on your team that you rocked with. And now think about it, it's a game. So you need positions, you need centers, you need all that. You plus 4. Who you got?
So I'm going to go center. I'm going to go my Lindenwold big man Eddie. Mm-hmm. Led the nation in blocks at Bloomfield last year. Mm. So we got a big out the way. Power forward. It's tough. We're gonna come back to a power. We're gonna go point. So with me, I'm point guard.
You can play whatever you want.
All right. So I'm point guard. I'm gonna do 6. I'm point guard. Shooting guard. I'm gonna do Eric because we went through a lot together. So I'm gonna do Eric. It's me and Eric. That was a good backcourt. Yo, I really want to choose all my mans though. I don't want to.
Listen, it's your team, bro.
Right, so rock with. Third, I'm gonna choose El Marco for us because he was athletic. So I gotta choose him.
El Marco, Kansas right now.
Right. He was different than you.
He's different in everything.
He's different.
That's why he's in Kansas.
Right.
I forgot you played with him.
4. I'm going with my Lindenwold squad, man. I'm choosing my guy, Ibrahim Heem. I'm going with my Lindenwold squad. So the only person I really added. And then honorable mention, I'm going to add my boy, Mir from Holy Family. He's a 2-guard.
Okay.
That's a tough little squad. I like how you rock with your guys.
I rock with my guys.
I like that. All right, final question. If you could see anyone on Baseline Thoughts, who would you like to see? But you have to help us get them on the show. So it needs to be someone you have access to.
Baseline. Anybody?
Anybody, as long as you have to help us get them on the show.
What would be a good someone to talk about? It's a tough question. This might be the toughest one. Because I really don't know.
You've crossed paths with a lot of interesting people.
You know, I'm thinking about people that's involved with Baseline. And it can be anybody.
Anybody. No,
okay.
Anybody.
I want to do...
Anybody you can reach out to and say, hey, I need you to hop on this podcast.
Check my phone real quick. Check my phone.
We got any of your Holy Family people, any people that you now are in contact with at Rowan.
I'm shocked.
Well, okay, I got Lindenwold coach. I want Coach Randy on here.
Coach Randy.
Okay.
I want Coach Randy on here.
All right.
I feel like that's gonna be a good battle with Shaw too, talking about the Prince Grove, how his perspective on the sophomore year and junior year and how that went. So I feel like that'll be a good one. I feel like that'll be a good show.
Good one.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Very good.
That's cool.
Well, Tazir, thank you for coming on the show.
For sure.
Thank you for all your insights and kind of looking back on your ups and downs of your career so far. Obviously, we wish you nothing but success at Rowan. Definitely going to be checking in with you throughout the season, with how things are going. And good luck.
I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of Baseline Thoughts. Join us next time. We got plenty more good shows coming to you. Thank you for watching Baseline Thoughts, powered by Baseline Hoops. Check out Baseline Hoops for all your basketball development needs. Please visit us on all social media platforms at Baseline Hoops NJ. If you like the show, please like and leave a comment, and let us know if you have any topics you would like to hear on Baseline Thoughts.